Welcome to another exciting edition of Murray Meets, and I'm absolutely delighted to say hi to Roberto Roselli, the CEO of Plus Ultra. Hello, Roberto. How are you?
Hello, Ian. Good. Thanks for your invitation.
No problem at all. Well, we're going to spend 15 minutes just talking to you about everything to do with Plus Ultra. But before we dive into the product, let's talk a little bit about you and learn a little about you and your background. Now, listen, because we had a little chat before, I do know a little bit. And that although you're sitting there in beautiful Madrid, you are actually of Italian descent. So I'm not sure how the World Cup is working for you this year. How's that all going?
Well, actually, I love football. I play football, all my life. And unfortunately, Italia didn't make it this World Cup. I think because we let the other teams a chance to win the World Cup because we already have the European. So it's a trade.
Yeah.
It's a fair trade to make. But yeah, a big fan. Well, I'm enjoying the World Cup because my second country I said is Spain. So
Yes.
I'm cheering for Spain and hope to bring the World Cup into Spain.
Yeah, they've got a good chance. Who do you think the favourite is? I mean, obviously, you're probably going to say England, but apart from England,
yeah, I will also cheer for England. But to be honest, if you tell me in Europe, I will bet for Spain. Very good team. Although France is also a stronger one. And in South America, I really like Brazil. They got a very strong team.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, listen, I mean, they're a great team, brilliant history. They're doing great. And so, talking of greatness, then let's move on to Plus Ultra. Let's talk a little bit about you. First of all, how did you come into Plus Ultra? What is your background? And then from there, maybe you can lead into a little bit about what the airline's about. When you started, I think we go back to 2015 when the airline first began. So maybe you can sort of merge a little bit about your background and then how you started here and the journey you've been on.
Yeah, I would say, I've spent, almost, my whole career on the corporate side. Together with some entrepreneur on the middle. But I would say my corporate experience is almost 2/3 of my experience are in the oil industry, which is a nice complement on nowadays on this crazy price oil environment that we are living.
Yes.
And actually it's the biggest component of an airline. And I would say 1/3 of my experience has been in Plus Ultra. I joined Plus Ultra back in 2017, supporting the project on a financial side, trying to move and putting together the project back in 2017, building the team, assigned directly through the shareholders. And so that's how we start to build up the process, because Plus Ultra, I would say it doesn't have 20 years, 30 years. We are a very young company. Yeah. We started at 2015 with some charter flights. Then we get into regular flights in 2016 and start increasing frequencies and routes during those periods. During those periods, we opened several routes, and nowadays, before COVID, I will say we were flying to Ecuador, we were flying to Venezuela, to Peru, and we planning to opening Colombia as well. Well, then the COVID came. We adapted ourselves. I mean, the good thing of being small is that we could adapt ourselves during those years, I would say, because for us it has been 2 years. We adapted ourselves. We transformed our fleet into cargo. So we made a lot of cargo fly from China to Europe and to South America, and in order to obtain, survive, and obtain
Yes.
the loan that we finally obtained in 2021, March 2021, and start, putting we put in place a new strategy, and closing some of the routes back on that time that were really affected by the COVID, and explore new markets because we saw new opportunities on this new rearrangement and post-COVID. So there were a lot of opportunity to start analyzing that pre-COVID we didn't take into consideration.
Yes. Yes. Well, tell me a few of those destinations then. I mean, if you were ranking the destinations, tell us a little bit about what those destinations are, and then if people get onto your plane, what is the product? I mean, you're a three cabin product, right? So so tell us a little bit about the product and a little bit about the destinations that you're currently operating to.
Yeah, we currently we are based in Madrid, and so we from Madrid we fly to Caracas, and also from Tenerife we fly to Caracas. We also fly to Peru, Lima, Peru. We fly to Bogota, Cartagena, and Santo Domingo. We actually did a partnership with tour operation back on this summer, and we were flying to Samaná, which was fantastic.
Yes.
Our clients were really happy, and I think we will be repeating that operation for next summer 2023. But talking about 2022, those are our destination, and actually we have in our portfolio 6 airplanes. We are migrating our fleet to 330s, 200, and now we have in our portfolio 340, 300, and changing those during 2023 and 2024 to have a 100% fleet of 330s. Which the 330s are now with a dual configuration and business and economy, 299 capacity, 275 on economy, and 24 on business class.
Fantastic. So you've got your economy, you've got your premier economy, and then the executive, right? Is the 3 classes.
Yes.
So what do we get if we sit, let's say, in premier and executive and in the economy? What can I expect as a customer?
Yeah, actually, one of great, I would say, the great survey that we have, which we are really proud. We receive a lot of positive review from our customers regarding the onboard service. The commitment from our crew is something that I really see in other airlines. So that for us is a great asset. The person that really will take care about our customers is 100 professional. In premier class, the difference is that seats you can lay down. No flat is not flat, but you get a comfortable seat. Also, we have an intermediate between the meals between business class and economy as well. You have priority check-in as well. We have a miles program where actually get a premium on the miles program that we have, and I encourage people to taste it. When you taste it and you try it, once you try it, you will be, I'm sure you will repeat it again.
Fantastic. And you've got quite a lot with that program. You've got quite a lot of partners, haven't you? I mean, if I look at your website, you've got you formed a few partnerships as well. So you're there. You're a new brand. You've got great destinations, but you're also working in partnership. So there's a nice combination there of interlining, etc. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, we are starting the interline, and that's a little bit on what is gonna. We are in between of the plan on 2023 and what we have on 2022. We are, we have on the pipeline a series of interline agreement that will take place in 2023.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, that's something that we're still working on it. We have different partners on our program, which you can do it through booking, car rentals. You have deliveries. We also have SIMs. You can buy a SIM through our web. Once you are in the airplane, our crew will give you the SIM. So when you land in Madrid, you are all 100 connected, no? With a very special price that you cannot, you will not find once you are in Madrid. So it's a big saving. It's very comfortable for the passenger. Once you landed, you have connection, and you don't have to pay any roaming if you are coming from South America. But Interline is a next step we're gonna make, and I think on summer of 2023 will be some new destination in Europe and South America.
Oh, can you elaborate, or is it top secret for now?
Well, it's not a top secret, and you're an expert on the market. Where are our passenger.
Yes.
Obviously, one of the biggest market for us and to connect people from Europe to Latin America is Italy. So
yes.
We are, first step is going to be Italy. It's a huge market, a huge passenger to the places that we fly into Latin America, and the lack of connectivity right now, it will be a positive connection that we can do it for next summer.
Yeah, fantastic. So exciting times ahead. So how do you, I guess, two questions really to sort of finish off with. One is, how do you see, obviously we've had a revival year. We came out of the difficult 220, 221. I think we all found the beginning of the year a little bit slow, but then the summer, the demand was there. There was a lot of pent up demand. I think the industry revived. It's such a resilient, great industry to work in. We're so tough, but also the customers were there. They wanted to fly. And as we go into the winter, although there's a lot of maybe troubling news, or worrying news for some people, cost of living, etc., we still see a very optimistic outlook. We still see a lot of pent up demand. We see the continuation of the revival, and we see 2023 as being a literal continuation of the beginnings of the revival in 222. Is that how you see it as well? Are there things that keep you up at night that worry you, or do you still see a resilience there that people are going to want to fly, and that we can keep on growing and growing in new ways the travel business?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. We noticed at the beginning of 2022 an increase on demand. We were expecting, the plan that we did it on 2021. We actually were seeing 2022, with a positive outlook, which actually was great, better than everybody I think in this industry could forecast. Industry, I remember, talking with IATA, talking about 2023, but actually it all happened in 2022. Demand on the countries that we fly exceed the expectation that we had. Yield were better than we expected that could be in 2022. So we saw a recovery on demand happening in 2022. We are still seeing the demand going on. We haven't seen any slowdown on the demand, which actually are good news. We have to see in the next 3 to 4 months how oil price will affect or is affecting right now. Remember, people plan ahead, especially for South America.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we got a lot of passengers that bought their tickets well ahead. So those tickets were impacted by the oil price. So we need to see how that behavior will go until 2023, because although we had a very good operational results on on time, also on yield and our load factor. The oil price, the fuel price had a huge impact in our accounts, in our results. So 2023 for us is going to be the year, our plan to actually get profitability on the consolidation of the operation that we restarted in 2022.
Fantastic. Well, listen, all the very best. I mean, it sounds like you've got fantastic plans. You're obviously very excited about the outlook as well. Now, obviously, I think the last question I'm going to ask you, as being a leader, there you are, CEO, running this new exciting carrier. If you were to say to listeners, what are the 1 or 2 or 3 things that you've learned, or the business acumens that you need to work in the industry and to work in this current environment? Are there any sort of lessons or key things that you feel that you've learned or that you apply that you can share with us as a final goodbye on the call?
Yeah, I would say that when you came from different industry, in the industry that I was before, long-term planning is key for in the oil industry, and which actually is very similar for the end industry.
Yes.
Not having a long-term plan, very clear, very accurate, in the air industry will be a terrible mistake to make. So because we are small, the culture of the long-term planning, having clear objectives ahead, and not deviating from the plan, although in the road they might be some good opportunity but doesn't fit in your plan. You need to stick on what you have planned. For us, is growing to Latin America, the long haul. That was our first step, and second step will be converting our company now from point to point to hub and spoke, which actually is going to be our second phase. Building the team, because when you are small, it's a little bit difficult to attract talent. What I'm happy for is that even though we're small, we have been audited. We're going to be IOSA next year, hopefully in January.
Yes.
And people didn't realize how good the team was once they did the audit. So the team that you have, human resources is very key in this type of industry. We have the talent, we have clear objective. So all putting together, is a formula of, you can say, we're going to be successful in the future.
What a great way to finish. Well, I wish you all the very best. We're obviously proud to be partners with you. We're delighted to be working with you. So, thank you for that partnership. We look forward to going on this journey with you and growing with you as well. And for all our trade partners out there and all the customers out there, we're just so excited to see brands like yourselves pioneering the way, opening up new destinations, creating new opportunities to travel this beautiful planet. And that's really what it all comes down to. So So I look forward to seeing you again soon. And we just discussed, we'll probably see each other at Fitter. You're in Madrid today. I'm sitting here in freezing cold Prague because we have meetings over here as well. So I think it's safe to say we're both sitting here happily enjoying the revival of the industry. It's people like yourself, it's brands like yourself that will really take us forward. And I just wish you a fantastic Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll see you in 2023. Thanks very much, Roberto.
Thanks to you, Ian, and see you in 2023.
Great, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.